Hi queers, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Corey and I'm real queer. Today we are finishing the Vampire Lestat Interview with the Vampire season 3. So I am very excited to watch this episode, especially after the end of the last one when they got like absolutely beheaded by Armand and Daniel as the vampire Alex stood in the background. I don't know what the hell went on over there, but we about to get into it. I don't want to gap too much in the beginning because I want to get into all this. Also I am about 80% of the way through with the Vampire Lestat wrap-up video that I want to get out to you guys. I think it'll be on Patreon this week and then on YouTube next Sunday to sort of pose as a, you know, unofficial wrap-up, like an episode like 8, if you will. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Please make sure that you are subscribed and click that notification bell so that way you don't miss any updates from this channel. And I have a whole bunch of things planned too that I'm very excited about, and I'm not gonna mention it too early because I want to, you know, surprise y'all and just drop it. So this is episode 7, The Failures, and as always I am writing down notes in my trusty notebook. So if you see me looking down at any point in the video, this is what I'm doing, because I be wanting to talk about stuff at the end and I be forgetting. Okay. This is so strange because y'all know I usually yap all the way in the beginning. So just really quickly, because I do want to mention some things up top, I would love to see the culmination of whatever Akash is going to be doing. I want to see if we'll see more of Gabriella. I want to see sort of like the Daniel and Armand of it all, what they got going on. I just want to see a couple things wrapped up this episode. So let's hop into it. I don't want to keep y'all waiting for too long, and I don't want to be waiting for too long. So without further ado, this is the Vampire Lestat season 1 episode 7, The Failures. Let's watch.
Our hands touch. I am staring at Alex in his plastic Dracula mask. Why is he here? And then the world pivots.
Right.
And then I'm dreaming.
That's an interesting way to sort of like talk through being beheaded in like the point of view or POV.
It's the same dream I've been having since I finished the album and faked my death, except now I'm hungry. A murder of waiters carrying silver dome trays take over my path. Where am I?
Interesting.
Lestat?
Interesting.
I have been enduring intense conversations with myself. I wish to say something from the deepest regions of my soul.
Oh, here we go. Jesus.
I chose my coven over you. I took aesthetic pleasure in making your death visually exhilarating. And resentment.
Right.
I told you I loved you, but did I? Did I?
Because Farid had mentioned that technically with their blood they could survive or beheaded for a while, right? Oh shit.
Now where's Claudia?
She said all she needs to say to you is what she said.
Work.
This is death?
This is you dying.
How did I die?
I'm a typeless stuff. Dying. Not yet dead.
Wasting time.
This is crazy.
We are the failure finders.
Okay.
Was hoping time and perspective would have made you eager to repent. I haven't properly laid out your predicament. Backdoored myself into his band. Enjoyed ruining. For the sake of ruining.
Rich, which I think we knew, right? Oh, Regina. See.
You want mommy in the chair?
Yes.
The eyes swapped.
Miss Brown, the next item on the agenda.
This is like insane, by the way.
Brought to life when my iPad to find this. Zone 2 girly with a grifter's resume.
That's crazy.
He was in my head, but he wasn't there.
I would say endear yourself to him. And I'd say he's tender. Back off.
Armand.
No, you're going to make your amends so we can both get on with our lives. Or I'm going to lob her head off with this same blade I did yours and sew your head onto her body.
This motherfucker has lost it. I don't think he ever had it.
There's a hole in your roof.
I only give a shit about Dan. Thought you were better than me, didn't you?
What the fuck is going on?
Look at you now. Blow me.
There is a lot coming at you, mon cher.
I understood his obsession for forgiveness. I lived it with him. He was my Claudia. But I wasted a near century that deserves amends.
He said to the head on the skewer.
Shit, Louis love.
Nelson here is one of my followers. Pick up that knife. Rest.
The way I would have never given a fuck. I've been like, okay, and bye, Nelson.
Rest.
Crazy episode, by the way.
Turn to page 3. Measure 9.
Oh, that guy. The fucking dude he killed in season 1.
Come now, Lestat. No falling behind.
Why did she take him to go see the witches burn?
Why did you take me there?
I wanted you to see who they were. I wanted you to escape Auvergne. Did you stay home until you were 30?
Aimé?
Cabbage!
Did the same thing with Claudia in New Orleans.
I guess we had to get a last bit of trauma up in here. Because his mama was like, leave or they're gonna fucking kill you, dude.
That's more deaths than there are births in the world. That's a tipping point. You beat peak oil. I also came for a particular outdoor concert.
What's happening?
We want the bag.
Oh, interesting.
Never forgave you for
Paris. Then what are you sorry for?
love of my life was him.
Well, girl, we knew that.
We've been planning it for a year.
Excuse me.
Oh, interesting.
Urging it on the periphery, as we do.
You want the great conversion.
Girl, what the fuck?
You and I have our own reasonings.
He pissed me off.
Evidence of the soul's existence.
Soul?
The alchemist Magnus chooses him to carry.
What?
Raglan.
Daniel?
You were sold by who you were sold by.
Sold by who you were sold by.
Sold into what you were sold into.
Sold into what you were.
Didn't talk about it much.
We didn't talk about.
Oh.
I didn't want to think on my own sins. Or picture you at 12.
Right.
At 12?
Yeah.
You at 12? Poor boy. You need a love that'll cradle you. And I was never that for you. And I'm sorry. My coldness drove you to this.
Bad things happen to girlies who talk.
Armand is so annoying. Long face sucks.
But if I failed, then that means I actually attempted something.
And who the hell is this coming up behind him, child? Oh, wow. Paul, what the fuck?
Thank you for loving him. For loving him the way he needs to be loved. I still wish you were a woman.
Me too, sometimes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Or have I failed at auction? These reels returned to me unsold. Am I talking to myself? As to the queen.
What the fuck?
The fault was mine. All mine.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why the fuck would y'all end it that way? Don't. Okay, so many unanswered questions. Where the fuck is Akasha? I guess we're going to see her in season 4. Because I guess that's sort of the queen of the damned of it all. It's also just like, when did Louis lose a leg? When did Armand lose an eye? Like, there's so many. Where is everybody? What happened to Daniel? Did he Okay, I have a few things to go over at the end here. I'm sorry, I'm just like upset because why the fuck would you end the season that way? Matter of fact, hold on, because I can't believe, hold on, that can't be the last episode of the season. That just, it can't be. See, episode 3, it is. That's so fucked. Like, why the fuck? All right, so that was episode 7, the failures. What a way to end. What a way to end. I personally love and hate it when a season, series, film ends with more questions than things that they have answered, because it leaves it open for the next thing. Now, AMC, please don't piss me off. Greenlight that season 4 now. Please don't piss me off. Okay, and if this was like broadcast TV, we'd know very soon and it'd come back in like September, October. But you know, it's probably gonna come back next year, which is okay because we're way, you know, in July now, so like it's fine. It's not gonna be that too long of a wait. So a couple things that I jotted down because I just want to mention at the end here. Reid was studying the vampires the whole time, like, which makes sense, right? And then I don't know if y'all saw on the computer, there was like a little Zoom call with hella people sort of probably taking notes as well. I'm assuming the Talamasca, because they are actually way more ingrained than we originally thought. But it's so interesting because, again, I didn't watch the Talamasca show, but is any of this mentioned? I dreamt, and again, I've not seen Talamasca, so I don't know if this is the case or not, but I always dreamed of the Talamasca being Raglan and Rashid, and sort of they're going around cleaning up vampire messes, sort of like parallel to the main story of Interview with the Vampire. And then through that show, we would get more information about what they found out about the vampire physiology and all the stuff they've been doing throughout history. That, to me, would have been a more interesting show, because then it's characters we've already seen, and we can sort of, we don't feel like we're learning a whole new mythos on top. I don't know. That's just me. I think that I don't know. That's just me. And, you know, again, I don't watch the show, so I don't know if that's actually what the show is or not. Armand, the gremlin himself, or yeah, he's a gremlin. His hands was in the pie the entire time with the band members, with Regina, which I thought when he said it, when it revealed, it kind of made sense. It kind of made sense. Like, what are the odds or the chances that someone who looks exactly like Claudia rose into Louis' life? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that made sense to me. And, you know, the biggest part of this episode that I thought was like the more emotionally resonant was Armand, like the end of Armand's arc. Like, I don't know if that was the end of his presence in the show, but there was something very growth centered about Louis being like, okay, I am going to make an amends. I'm sorry that, you know, I actually did not acknowledge any of your past trauma. I sort of just dumped my shit on you, and it turned into what it turned into. I mean, obviously both people are at fault, but the acknowledgement of like, I didn't want to think about you being 12 and having the life that you had, being passed around and sold by, and just like, we all had shitty lives before we were transformed into vampires. We didn't deal with those lives, those traumas, and we brought them over into our immortal life. And like, you did the same. Your transitional trauma was you were essentially abused and sort of like sold into trafficking, and you became a vampire and then had to just move forward with that. Like, you know, I think Louis' apology was sound in the fact that like it acknowledged Armand's needs, right? He was like, well, your needs weren't met ever, and I'm sorry that I never did. I didn't love you in the way that you deserved to be loved, because I was still dealing with my stuff. It was never about you. I was never fully with you. And I think that's why Armand acted the way he did, because he knew that this is just another person using him, or like not using him, but like another person who not really connected to him, and low-key using him, lying to him and things like that. And of course, you know, the trauma and the trouble was a two-way street. The abuse was a two-way street, but it's something to be said that this person is like ahead on a platter being like, yeah, we just like never, it's easy to be like, you gremlin, fuck you, or whatever, but it's also like, damn, I never like actually sat and regarded you as a person. And I think that's really, really, really important. And I think Armand needed to hear that, because it's like, yeah, Armand with his gremlin tendencies. And that's what I keep saying about all these characters, is like, I like to meet them where they are, because they're all coming from trauma. They all have transitional trauma and the trauma before that. They all do. So a lot of what they're doing currently, or what they have done in the past, is like directly informed by that trauma and the sort of like unresolved state of it all. So it's just interesting to watch them hundreds of years later realize, oh fuck, the problem's us. problem is us. We got to deal with that. Made more evident by last episode when Lestat and Louis had to seance with Claudia, being like, oh, we do kind of use people as like pawns in our like trauma and our fucked up stuff. Yeah, yikes. We do that, don't we? I think that's interesting. I think that this is just a culmination of the Vampire Diaries, the Interview with the Vampire sort of arc that was started in season 1, right? You got Louis' point of view, and then you got Lestat's rebuttal. And this sort of, to me, wraps up that conversation. And season 4 is probably going to move on to like current day vampire stuff with like Akasha and like the world and the way it is now. Also, by the way, I told my friend who said she didn't want to watch this season because she was reading the Vampire Lestat novel to avoid spoilers. I told her that y'all had said she got to read Queen of the Damned too, because that's part of it as well. And she was like, that's why I watch the show and read all the stuff later, because like I'm not trying to do that. Same thing with like Heated Rivalry. I have the books, I bought them, but I'm not going to read them until the series is done. Because for me, it's just, I want to just let the show exist on its own, not informed by the books. That way I'm not constantly drawing conclusions and stuff. Same thing with Anne Rice's book, because I kind of just want to enjoy the show and then go to the books and be like, oh, okay, cool, this is interesting. Because I think I did that with Harry Potter decades ago, where I read the books first because my friend owned all the books and all the movies, except for Deathly Hallows, because at that point the movie hadn't come out yet because I was in high school. But I remember reading all of the books, getting really wrapped up into the characters, having it end right with Deathly Hallows, and then I watched the movies, and the first thing I thought was like, what the fuck is Peeves? Anyway, so I didn't want to do that with other media. I kind of just want to watch the movies or TV shows and then go back and read the books to just, have both separate in that way. So Lestat and his whole sort of like purgatory sort of journey there was interesting. I like the end of like, failure, you're a failure, fail. And he's like, at least I tried something. I was in the world. And think about it, he got to do a lot. Killed all them damn wolves. He moved to Paris from his theater company. He did so much with his life. And even if it was a bust because of unresolved trauma and just the people he ran into, he was still living afterlife. He was still loving. And even though he sort of, most of his lovers, if not all, have their own traumas, and it was just like trauma ping pong, he was still living and loving. And I think Paul mentioning to him like, thank you for loving my brother the way he needed to be loved. It's true. Even now, like even currently, he comes back from being beheaded, and his immediate thoughts like, where's Louis? Is Louis here? And that makes me very optimistic that they're gonna have a little something down the line. I really want them to deal with their individual traumas and then slowly make their way back. And if not, that's cool. I do love them as two separate people who are still in contact and friendly. I think that's cool too. But they obviously love each other. I think that like Louis is probably Lestat's true love and vice versa. You know what I mean? And I wrote down here, fucked up love is still love and still important. Because it's true. I think that's sort of what the conversation that we've been having since this season started. Even with Lestat going and meeting up with Louis to look at Regina and do all that stuff, it's like he truly loves this man. And of course they have their issues. They have the book, they have the lies, allegedly the lies in the book and all that, but they still deeply care for each other. And I think that was a very good sort of note to end on, because I think for me personally, watching, obviously now seasons 1 through 3, I think the constant conversation that was brought up was like, was there actual love for each other? Did they actually genuinely love each other? And the answer is yes. I think Lestat loved all the people in his life. His first love, like Antoinette, I think he actually did, as much as he could in the way that he could. And I think that watching it all sort of culminate in this episode was really, really, really satisfying. It was kind of annoying because I was like, there's a whole bunch of other questions I ain't answered. And I don't know. I feel like in that the moral gray that this show likes to live in, because Armand, Alex, and Daniel chopped off their heads, and sure, they survived and got put back together, but the way I would be like, oh, Armand, you have to die. But then again, it's like everybody's working off their unresolved traumas and they're just like sort of being very reactive. And I think in the grand scheme of the vampiric life, it's like, yeah, I'll be doing fucked up stuff all the time. Like, it's not, if I want to kill you, I'll kill you. But I mean, hey. And I think that that's interesting because it keeps it interesting. It keeps it like, okay, last century you did this to me, and then this century I did this. It's very, I think in the grand scheme of the vampiric life is not that deep, but I'm obviously a human. So that's the frame of reference that I'm working from. But yeah, I mean, all in all, really, really really solid finale. It really makes you want more, which is probably good, because then there'll be sort of like a petition or a move to be like, give us season 4. It keeps us hungry. It doesn't wrap it up completely, and it sort of leaves it open for like, well, here's what we're gonna hop into the next season. And I'm honestly excited for that. I'm just upset with how they did it, because it's always upsetting, because you're like, we gotta wait to first of all find out if it's coming back, and then wait for the actual day. But it makes you like, it just reminds me of watching like TV like back in the day. Like, you were waiting week to week, and then, you know, the season ends and you do have to wait to see if it's going to come back or if it's been canceled. So thank you for a throwback vibe, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be all for me. Please keep a lookout for the official wrap-up video. I am filming it in a couple days, and then I'll have it up on Patreon probably Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and then Sunday for the YouTube Divas. So yeah, please leave any comments below. Are there things I missed? Are there concepts or things that you guys want to talk about? Like, yeah, let me know, because this episode kind of went very fast for me, and it was all about sort of like where all that tension and unresolved trauma boils over and becomes. And I love that. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for the support. If you're watching this on YouTube, full unedited, early, uncut reactions are available on Patreon, link below. So consider joining. That's gonna be all from me. I really need to sit with this for a little bit before I get into editing, because what the fuck was that episode, y'all? Ooh, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.